Have you ever wondered how Daily 5 works in other grade levels? Maybe you're like me and you made a huge grade level switch from previously being a K1 teacher all the way to fifth grade, and you want to know how Daily 5 in each station looks different or how it works in every specific elementary grade level. Well, you're in luck today because I'm going to break down how you can do Daily 5 in any grade level and kind of give you some examples, putting kindergarten versus fifth grade so you can see the wide variety of activities that you can do between those two grade levels. Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm a fifth grade teacher who helps other teachers just like you streamline your literacy block so you can get to all of your reading groups using the Daily 5 method. And I mentioned before that I've taught kindergarten, first grade, and now fifth grade, and I do have a specific video for Daily 5 in kindergarten, Daily 5 in first grade, Daily 5 in fifth grade. I'll leave those links below so you can check those videos out if that's the grade level you're in. And I want to go through every single Daily 5 station and just give you some examples of how they're going to be different. So I always start with read to self when I'm introducing Daily 5. It's what the book tells you to do, and it's just the best one to start with. And so in kindergarten, read to self is going to look like read the pictures, read the words, retell the story. I have a YouTube video on that as well, how you can start learning how to read, even if it means you're just looking at the pictures. So read to self, you can get to that 15-minute stamina mark with your kinders. I've done it before. I've done it in a Title I school. It does work. Then in fifth grade, read to self is going to go a little bit more smoothly, I think, most of the time, depending on your class. But both of the times I have introduced read to self in the 2 years now that I've been in fifth grade, my students have got their 15-minute of stamina the first day. So they can go much longer, and they're reading now to learn instead of learning how to read. So that's the biggest difference with read to self, is just knowing that in kindergarten, we can look at the pictures and tell ourselves the story, and that's okay. We don't have to be reading words. And in fifth grade, some kids are going to be looking at books that have less words, and some kids are going to be having like middle school level text because they're ready for it. Okay, so read to self is the first one. Work on writing is usually what I teach next. In kindergarten and in fifth grade, no matter what grade I've taught, I've always had daily writing prompts. I use those still to this day, and they are a big seller in my TPT store because it plans out work on writing for you. So in kindergarten, an emergent writer, that might look like drawing a picture, then labeling it. And then some kids might be able to draw just one sentence, or they might need to have a sentence frame. So in my kindergarten writing prompts, I do have two different versions of them. So if you have kiddos that are just drawing the picture and then tracing over your sentence starter, that's fine. And then there's other kids who might want a little bit more and they can write their own sentence. Then in fifth grade, I give 3 writing prompts and they get to choose. Just a reminder that work on writing isn't your writing instruction. To me, this is creative writing time, fun time for them to write in their journal, and you would look at the end of the week. So it's a great way to just get them writing and enjoy it. Okay, so that's work on writing, and that's how they might be different. And then the grade levels in between, first grade is going to be similar to kindergarten with a little bit more higher level, and so on with the upper grades too. Third, fourth, and fifth do have a lot in common. So my writing prompts for those grades all go together. I do have writing prompts for first and second grade bundled for you as well. Okay, so that was read to self, work on writing, and then word work. This one takes a while to implement, but it's totally worth it. If you can link it to your literacy curriculum, I highly recommend that because it does the work for you if you have that system in place. I had a whole Daily 5 series. I did a word work video if you're interested in learning more. In kindergarten, that might look like letter identification. It might be letter sounds. It might be CVC words towards the end of the year. But in fifth grade, it's going to look more like spelling patterns. For example, my fifth graders just got done with consonant LE at the end. And so we did that with 5 days worth of activities. So I introduced the pattern and then we talk about the activity before they do it. And it's part of their Daily 5 work. So they're getting that word study, word work done every single day. So that is just the difference between kindergarten and first grade. But I'm telling you, if you have something in your curriculum for word study, Daily 5 calls it word work, you should use it because it's going to make your life a lot easier. And if there's a different activity Monday through Friday, it gives the kids something fresh to do, but they're practicing with the same pattern, the same sort. Okay, so now we've covered work on writing. Listen to reading. That's going to be probably the most similar through all the grade levels because anybody can listen to a book on their iPad or their Chromebook. I like to use websites like Epic and Sora. And then I have Apple Classroom. And so I did a YouTube video on listen to reading as well. And I kind of give you my hacks to keep kids safe and make sure that they're on track for what they're supposed to be doing. So the only difference between these two grade levels and all the ones in between is just going to be the level of books that they're looking at. So usually it is leveled based on the age group of the kid. So a kindergartner is going to have a different variety of books than a fifth grader will have. I love listen to reading because it gives kids the chance to enjoy listening to a story. So hopefully you have some kind of iPad or like one-to-one device for your students so that you can do that. Last but not least, book club. So book club, the way it's going to look different is the things you're going to be working on with your kindergartners are you're going to be teaching them how to read. We've really moved towards, by the end of kindergarten, we should be reading. I don't know what level anymore. They've kind of taken that away. It used to be a level 4 with DRA. And then in fifth grade, we're going to be doing more things like comprehension, because if we don't understand what we're reading, then we're not really reading. So that shift from learning how to read in K1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 is more reading to learn. So in the upper grades, you can have really great book club discussions with the kiddos and get them really engaged in books that they might not else have chosen to pick like on their own. I like to pick books that I can easily pick learning standards from our curriculum and then tie them into the book. Books like Hatchet that they haven't ever read before. The Mouse and the Motorcycle, that's a really fun one. So lots of ideas on those. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to teach because your learning standards might be different depending on the state that you're living in. But book club will just look different because kindergartners are going to be putting words together, building words in the group with you, and then reading more simple text and applying the patterns that they know from their word work. All right, well, I hope that gives you a good grasp of how Daily 5 can be applied to any grade level. And I'd love to know in the comments below what differences you have in your grades, especially if you're a second, third, or fourth grade teacher, because I haven't taught those grades. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And remember, I have a whole playlist of the Daily 5 right here on YouTube. You can check them out at any time. And if you're wanting to start Daily 5 and launch the whole system in your classroom, you can do it at any time. It's a great way to get system and structure in place for your literacy block. And I taught a masterclass this summer, and you can watch the replay by clicking on the link below and signing up for it. And you will get totally equipped with what you need to know to get Daily 5 rolling in your classroom. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.